Chapter 21. In this chapter, Hema Pant relates the stories of Vinayak, Harishchandra Ji, Anantrao Patankar of Pune, and Pleader from Pandharpur. All these stories are very interesting. Institutions of Mr. Saints. There have been institutions of saints in the world from time immemorable. Various saints appear themselves in various places to carry out their mission allotted to them. Let's continue with today's reading. Mr. V.H. Harishchandra was a clerk in a revenue department, and once he came to the town named Vadgaon near Belgaon along with a survey party. There he saw a canary's saint called as Appa and bowed down in front of him. The saint was explaining a portion from the book Vichar Sagar by Nichal Das, which is a standard work of Vedantas, to their audience. When Mr. Harishchandra was talking his leave to go, upon that he said, "You should study this book, and if you do so, your desires will be fulfilled, and you go to the north in this discharge of your duties. In the future, you will come across a great saint by your good luck, and then he will show your future path." Then Mr. Harishchandra was transferred to Junnar, where he had to go by crossing Hane Ghat. This ghat was very steep and impassable. There is no medium of conveyance other than buffalo, which are used for crossing that time. So he had to take a buffalo ride through the ghats or a valley, which inconvenienced and pained. Thereafter he was transferred to Kalyan on higher post, and there he became acquainted with Nana Saheb Chandorkar. He heard much about Sai Baba from him. The very next day, Nana Saheb had to go Shirdi Darshanam and asked Mr. Harishchandra to accompany him. He do not have to attend the Thana Civil Court for civil cases in that day. So Nana Saheb went alone. Mr. Harishchandra went to Thana, but there the case was postponed. Then he immediately replied to Nana Saheb for accompanying, but Nana Saheb has already left for Shirdi. And when Mr. Harishchandra reached Shirdi, he found that Nana Saheb is already left after meeting Baba, and some of his friends who met there took him to Baba. Harishchandra Ji admired Baba and fell at his feet. His eyes were full of tears, and hair stood. Then after a while the omniscient Baba said, "The path of this place is not easy, as the teaching of Canary's saint, or as even the buffalo ride in Hane Valley. In this spiritual path, you have to put in your rest exertion, as it is very difficult." Mr. Harishchandra heard these significant signs, which no one else even knew, and overwhelmed. He came to know that the word of the Canary's Appa turned true. Then joining both hands and placing his head on Baba's feet, he prayed that he should be accepted with his blessings. Baba said, "What Appa told you was all right, but these things have to be practiced and lived upon. Mere reading won't do. You have to think and carry out what you read. Otherwise, it is of no use. And carry out learning with grace of the Guru and self-realization is of no avail." The theoretical portion was read from the book Vichar Sagar by Harishchandra Ji, and the practical way was shown him at Shirdi. Please continue the link in the section for the second part of chapter 21. Thank you for listening. Om Shri Sai.